He slimed me. Fixed my buzzing light. Oh, don't you start. Okay, people, welcome back to another Foosh Weekly. As always, I'm Robo, and... oh, things seem to be getting back to normal. Okay, maybe not out in the real world, but here in our little toy world hidey hole, things seem to be slowing down a bit. Which is a good thing, because it's been 90 to nothing for months now. Not just toy news, but solicitations and pre-orders and releases, and as soon as I get something, I don't even have time enough to open it before it's on to the next new shiny piece of plastic. But the weather's cooling down, the leaves are changing, and you can feel just, oh man, maybe a lull in...
Gerald,
okay, maybe not so much when it comes to McFarlane, because he's just going and going.
For any of you guys that are gamers, you like the Warhammer?
Okay, Todd, we get it.
She's got her own special skin.
You had your turn, it's somebody else's now.
Batman.
What did I just say?
Of him.
Todd?
Sort of a Todd McFarlane designed Batman.
Give another company a chance to talk.
Here's Doom, look at all the detail.
Come on, man, calm down.
All of these, all 7 of these, I think there's 7 of them.
Damn it, Todd.
See ya.
To start things off, I have no clue why people tag me whenever something new pops up for Jazwares Fortnite Legendary Series. I mean, who buys this silly stuff? I'm an adult. And toys are serious business, okay? I don't have time for childish nonsense. Is there anything you'd like to say now that you're out here? What kind of online handle is Robo? What am I doing with my life? You guys know I love this line. I have no attachment to Fortnite whatsoever, but when something new and fresh pops up, I'm just like, oh! Beef Boss is now a constant fixture in the review space. The Bad Food Kill Crew just grows and grows, and another addition will be the Brat. The Brat? The Brat? The Brat? Either way, this, with Beef Boss and Peely and Tomato Head, and who else? Oh, there's Fish Stick that I just throw in there because, hey, why not? They're just the weirdest, wackiest, most wonderful crew. I love my Star Wars, I love my Marvel, but this is just big dumb fun. And sometimes, you just gotta have big dumb fun. No info on the release of this yet, but we'll be keeping an eye out because I need it. This week saw another full spread of NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles promotional images. This time, the upcoming 2-pack of the Triceratons Zorax and Zork. Last week, we saw the Triceraton Infantryman that comes with the Roadkill Rodney, and if you want to see better pictures of that, head to the Foosh front page because Matt K posted some beautiful shots. With those, and now these, you just end up with a totally terrific, terribly terrifying Triceraton troop. That only took me 15 times to... Like other recent 2-packs, though, these will be coming to Target, so you know what that means. They may be hard to track down, hopefully sometime in the future. Well, I don't know. Who knows what happens with this line. Since we're talking about TMNT, just this morning, Super7 posted some test shots for their Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Ultimate Wave 2, which means they should be making their way through the factory right now. Check out just how big Bebop is next to Leonardo and even Shredder. I mean, he just, why, hey, I'm Bebop. Getting closer. And with that release on the horizon and Wave 1 already in our hands, you know they're teasing Wave 4, which would be the next pre-order. Now we know the best turtle to ever turtle anything, Donatello, is going to be in that wave, but now they're teasing Muckman. That's 2. Now if Casey Jones is also in this wave, that's such a, well, robo-centric, I guess. That would make me very, very happy, and they can stick anyone they want into the 4th slot. Deep cut, whatever. Just go wherever you want, Super7. Brian Flynn also posted test shots of the Conan Ultimates! So those are showing signs of progress, too. It's looking like Super7 is working towards that goal of release pre-order for something a ways out, release something that's been on pre-order, release pre-order, release pre-order. If you've been waiting for the articulated icons, arms, hands, wrap pack to come back in stock, ooh, that wait is over. They've been restocked in the AI store, in stock, so when you order it, it ships. There's a multitude of possibilities with these. If you want your ninjas to be bare-armed, you can pop the sleeved arms off, pop these on, or if you need them for customs, I think Dis Thunder uses these to replace the single-jointed arms on Mezco figures. I'm not quite sure how he does that, so you may want to hit him up on Instagram and see how that works. Either way, in stock with more ninjas and maybe even some surprises on the way. McFarlane Toys has posted a picture of their DC Multiverse Dark Knights metal group all together, complete, and Oh, it is glorious. Batman Who Laughs has been out for a while now, while Devastator and, who else? Murder Machine and Dawnbreaker are hitting Walmart right now. Red Death comes in a 2-pack with Flash, The Drowned is in a Future Wave, and then Merciless is the Build-A-Figure in yet another Future Wave. It hasn't even been a year yet, and McFarlane's already polishing off a team. Oh, well, you know what I mean. That initial Dark Knight's Metal group. Oh, but that's not all. You know better. They also posted this picture of the death metal Batman standing beside that wacky Batcycle. That makes me want both of them even more, even though I'd like to see a picture of Batman actually sitting on the bike, you know, to see how natural that looks. You thought that was all from Todd, didn't you? Early in the week, McFarlane said that instead of New York Comic Con, he's going to be sending exclusives to Walmart's Collector Con. And sure enough, Thursday, a bunch of pre-orders popped up. There's the Arkham Asylum Batman Bronze, which isn't really my thing. I mean, when I look at it, it kind of reminds me of the 90s comic boom before, you know, it all came crashing down. But you know what? There's someone out there that likes these. I mean, it's sold out, so who am I to gripe? But then the Doom Marauder in bronze hung around a bit. I'm not sure if it's still in stock. I haven't checked. I should probably do that. I mean, if nothing else, you can use these as statues in dioramas if they were easier to get. I think Joker and Batman were like, boop, boop. We had seen the gold label Witcher Geralt before in the alternate clothing color, but revealed for this show is the Mortal Kombat Battle Kanum Katana. The standard Warhammer 40k Necron Warrior is seeing release right now, but for Walmart, we get it in artist-proof colors. That doesn't make sense. Artist-proof colors? It's in gray, just in case you want to do some painting of your own. I'm a sucker for a piece of plastic that looks primered. It's just all sculpt, baby. It's also cool to get a closer look at the McFarlane-designed gold label Batman, which kind of looks steampunky. And then there's Mandarin Spawn. I've always loved this design, and even with the changes, it is awesome to see it with the 22-point system integrated in with articulation and moving around. It's an action figure now. Action! Now these are all up for pre-order on Walmart.com right now. They are exclusive to Walmart, but there are also some items that are initial exclusives to Walmart, meaning they're available now, they'll release first at Walmart, and then release everywhere else later. At least I think that's how it works. You can't throw this many toys at me and expect me to keep everything straight. What's that? Like the Mortal Kombat Winter Purple Sub-Zero that was debuted a few weeks ago. We didn't know, did we know how it was going to come out? Either way, now it's coming first to Walmart, and then, I guess, to the regular assortment later. But debuting for the event is the Warhammer 40k, oh my god, Adepta Sororitas Battle Sister, or I've seen people saying Sister of Battle, either way. From what I understand, this is a big surprise for Warhammer fans. Reminder, Robo don't know Warhammer, but looking at this, I feel like it's right up Todd's alley. I mean, it's an armored female in classic Spawn colors. I just blew your mind, didn't I? But it's true, this could pass for some alternate reality, battle, war-torn planet version of Spawn. If you want to be a heretic, that is. Well, do you? But something Robo does know is that he needs to grab that My Hero Academia Aizawa as soon as possible. Eraserhead was near the top of my list, and it's good to see that we don't have to wait too long for him. In fact, with this and Stain, I'm gonna have to rethink my whole wish list. I mean, who am I gonna put on there? I mean, you gotta have Froppy. Probably Gran Torino, Fat Gum, and I know it would make for a fairly plain action figure, but I love Twice. I'll take one of those too. Finally, to wrap up my Todd talk, Walmart has solicited a 2-pack of Arkham Asylum Joker and Batman. Looks like the same sculpts, but for paint, it looks like they've been chasing Slimer down the padded walls of Arkham. That are covered in Titan, whichever way you want to go with your action figures. This is good if you missed out on the single releases, but man, Batman does not look happy. I feel so funky. You guys know I love a good grayscale action figure, or at least a look at a figure in grayscale, because, well, I said it 5 minutes ago. I love it because you can get a good look at the sculpt without the paint pulling its weight. Here's the digital render from 2D Sculpts for the upcoming Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Series Zartan. Fred, Corey, and Lenny just knocked this out of the park. I love this thing. It's updated with the classified techie aesthetic, but just holds true to that classic feel, and that's right in that sweet spot. I mean, the monkey paw and the snake head threw me for a minute, but then it was explained during the panel, you know, Zartan, swamp, it makes sense. So, hey, extra accessories, what am I going to grop about? If you don't like them, you can go gone. Best of all, though, when it comes to G.I. Joe Classified, I can just pre-order this, sit back and wait. There's no Target involved. No Target, you can't have everything. Stop it. Speaking of hard to get exclusives from Hasbro, Pulse put up the European exclusive Star Wars Black Series Cad Bane with Todo 360 on Thursday, and it lasted like 20 minutes. Hell, I was reading some people didn't even get the announcement email until after it was sold out. It's weird, the previous European exclusives like Skywalker Strikes, which is still available on Hasbro Pulse, and then the Hoth, Han, and Leia 2-pack, they were available in a lot of places for a while. But the page for the Cad Bane and Todo 2-pack says Pulse exclusive, so maybe that's it, I don't know. Or they're doing that to help the sales of their singles because just Cad Bane by himself is available in the case up for pre-order right now. We're gonna call this assortment the, oops, did you miss out on the Pulse exclusives? Well, here you go, wave. Wave. Because the case also has the armor without as many weapons as the Pulse exclusive, the indoor Han, Leia, and Luke, and then the Clean Clone Trooper, a reissue of the Hoth Trooper, and a Incinerator Trooper. And if you order that assortment, it's due out in November. Oh, but that ain't it from Star Wars. Ooh. Last week we talked about the Bandai SH Figuarts Heavy Mandalorian magazine scan, so you know they posted actual promotional shots a couple of hours later, right? That's how it always goes. Again, the sculpt is painfully accurate, and I'm sure Tamashii just stuffed it full of articulation, but I don't care for how clean it is. I mean, it has the scuffs, but it's missing dirt and grunge. But I was wrong about the colors being off, especially when it comes to the blue on the armor and then the undergarments and cushions or whatever is between him and the armor. But dang, that yellow is bright. Throwing up the Hasbro with them, you can see that the Black Series is not as accurate, mostly because they were working with early concepts, but while the blue is brighter, the yellow is way closer. There's only one rational thing a collector with an unhealthy obsession with outer space soap operas can do. Buy both and stand them on opposite sides of the shelf. And then eventually touch up the paint and weather a $90 action figure, and then maybe paint up the Hasbro one in completely different colors to give yourself a different Mandalorian to go on the shelf somewhere else. Because I love it. I mean, a collector would love it. Somebody with unhealthy obsessions and such. Some other guy. No, I didn't already put my pre-order in after griping about it. This is a standard release. It's available at all the usual overseas online retailers and should see release in February of 2021. And then finally, most of what I just said also applies to the Bandai SH Figuarts Mandalorian Armorer. Even though she actually went up for pre-order at the same time as the Heavy Mandalorian, she was actually revealed a few days later. Now that may be because she is a Soul Web exclusive, which means you'll have to go to some third-party sites where you pay up front and then they buy it and then they send it to you, like Nin Game, Okiniland, or Anime Export. There's others, and I usually use Nippon Yasan, but I haven't been hearing great things about them lately. So I'm trying different sites. Or it may be because Hasbro had their own exclusive armor up for sale over the weekend, and it's kind of strange that the Hasbro version comes with a helmet to forge, while the Figuarts version comes with the shoulder pad. Oh, y'all being tricky. Even better though, the Tamashii version comes with Beskar, both in stacks and then a single piece, and then the safe vault carrying case ice cream maker thing. Seems like there's two versions, a closed up one, an open version, and that right there, that's half the price of admission for me. I love that thing. As far as the figure goes, again, through very high-tech scientific means, we can see that both the Bandai and Hasbro are releasing nearly a year after the premiere on the show, so they're both fairly accurate. I do think that the SHF has more realistic colors and accurate sculpt, but while the lower tunic got a nice wash, the rest is, again, fairly clean. So again, I end up with both here, mostly due to timing, because I was like, oh, an armor! I'm gonna order it! And then, boom, afterwards, here's another version with more stuff, and oh, some other crazy collector would probably buy too. Not me, though. Again, SoWeb exclusive, should ship in March. And that is it for this week. Mostly, probably. If I missed anything, we'll come around to it next week. If you're interested in seeing any of these pictures up close without my hijinks going on, I will be posting all of that plus links to pre-orders and more information on the Swoosh front page tomorrow, Saturday at noon. It's always weird with the timing of the Star Wars releases between Bandai and Hasbro. It seems like, oh hey, we've had our Heavy Mandalorian out for sale for a while now. We just solicited our credit collection one. Yeah, you can go ahead, post pictures for, that. But no, don't post pictures of the Armorer before we get ours out there. Maybe it's like that, maybe it's not. I can only go by what I see. And a lot of the time, that's how it works out. But if you enjoyed this weekly, comment, like, subscribe. Much love to the plus. If you're interested in seeing videos early or just in a position to help out the channel, patreon.com. But wherever you may be watching this, I'll always catch you on the Swoosh. Another thing with the Jazwares Fortnite line is that you never know what's coming. They just show up for pre-order. They don't do any solicitations. They don't do any first looks. There's a surprise to it. That's nostalgic. That takes me back to being a kid in the 80s and going to the store and going, I didn't know that was coming out. I slipped into Beatbox there for a minute.